and you're one of the main centers in the world, but it's not necessarily very well appreciated in the West. And I wondered if you could say a little bit about how Islamic finance, Sharia banking would impact on the work of the central bank.
Well, thank you. Actually, I have a personal interest. My office, the central bank, have also a great interest of this. First, this is one of the part of the inclusion of the economy and finance, because majority of our population is Muslim, as well as there's need a part of the inclusiveness of the economy and finance. We view Islamic economic finance is not about the religion, but it's a model business,
Hmm.
which is for all. The business not only confined to Muslim, but also even for non-Muslim. How we doing that? Well, of course, we learn from history, Paul. In the past, we focus only on the finance of the banking. That's why we are building our banking, which is good. The government, consolidating the state-owned bank. Now is what we call it Indonesia Syariah Bank, the consolidate and one of the biggest bank in Indonesia. And of course, there are medium and smaller bank as well as rural or community financial services. I think that's on the financial. When I was a deputy governor, I was thinking because this is also one of my interest and study in Iowa State back then in 1986. One of my focus of study is Islamic economic and bank. I learned from the past experience, we cannot build Islamic finance only confined to the finance on the banking. We have also to have a program for the inclusion economy. So inclusion economy, inclusion finance need to get together, including also Islamic finance and Islamic economy that need to get to, Paul, this is like supply demand. We cannot growing the banking and the supply the finance without growing also the demand. So we introduce what we call it a pillars, three strategy of developing Islamic economic and finance. The first strategy, of course, the Islamic finance, the banking, the services of the finance, but also community, as well as also in Islam, Paul, there is also charity, there is also productive okaf, and so on. We mobilize that. So that's on the finance. But we also developing, of course, we call it. In inside we have a national committee chaired by President Hesed, National Committee of Islamic Economic and Financial Development. We have a coordination on that. Central bank also engaged in developing the community-based Islamic economic. The culture, the religious values already there. Introducing the business, actually, what we do. How we do that? Making them a cluster or group of smaller community. Because we cannot grow the inclusion economy one by one. You need, scale of the economy is very, very small. So we make group of them. And what they need is about the capacity, the technical assistance, how best the production, standardize the production, as well as the financial access, as well as also the marketing. So we do that. And also on the Islamic economic, not only in the making the group, the capacity development, but also building what we call it the supply chains from small, medium, and large. And we focus on the 5 commodities: food, fashion, of course, tourism. The fourth is, of course, on the pharmaceutical, and the fifth is renewable energy. Not of the five. Now we focusing on the first two, the food and the fashion. My body, this is from Aceh. You know Aceh. This is our SME that developed by our office in Aceh. We teach them how to make a good, excellent body, and we invite designer to make the designer, and also we are, holding the event. Even one of the event we hold in London, Dicky is doing that. So we sell that, and I'm becoming the marketer. Everybody is SME developed by central bank, whether conventional or Islamic. This is the way that we develop the Islamic economy, and together with the Islamic finance, this is where actually we grow together. And last but not least, we are campaigning. The central bank doing the campaigning of the Islamic economic and finance. How we do that? Every year, and this year is the seventh, what we call it in the Indonesia Sharia Economic Festival. This is global, every October. Before that, there is 3 festival of the Sharia Economic Finance on the every region. Indonesia is very large region. So we do that. Campaigning becoming important. And thanks goodness, Paul is becoming growing, not on the Islamic finance, but also in the Islamic economics. But beyond that, the awareness, the style, the lifestyle is growing, not only from the Muslim, but of course for inclusion.